because I don't seem to operate correctly. Good morning. Good morning. All right. The natives are always restless. There we go. Now I should be able to bring YouTube on first. Here y'all at. So YouTube chat should be there if y'all get to chat with us today. Let's go grab everybody else. Everybody else. Good morning. We'll get started. There, okay. And get the coffee. Gotta have good coffee. Gotta have good coffee. Chris Hedges has started something this week. I love Chris Hedges.
That's what I wanted to look at. The diseases of despair that afflict American society, the pathologies that rise out of a decayed culture, and when you examine disintegrating cultures and civilization, these pathologies are always characteristic. So I studied classics at Harvard and was...
He's not Asian. That's Chris Hedges. Oh, I like Chris. Good morning, good morning.
Very familiar with the decline of the empire of ancient Greece and Rome. And there you saw at the latter part of those empires characteristics that are intimately familiar to all of us within the American empire. So in essence, what happens, this is what Plato is lamenting when he writes the Republic, because remember, Plato writes the Republic after the death of Athenian democracy. And he writes the Republic, the Greeks, of course, have a very different notion of time, as do most Eastern cultures. They don't see time as lineal. They don't believe in the myth of human progress, that we are just improving and improving. Rather, it's time is cyclical both for individuals and societies, so that you have a period of maturation, of growth, and then finally you complete the cycle and it comes back to decay. So that's why when Plato is writing the Republic, every mechanism that he proposes is about trying to freeze time, because decay is inevitable, to stave off decay as much as possible. So what kills the Athenian democracy is the rise of the Athenian empire, because you need a central bureaucratic structure to maintain empire, which is unelected and undemocratic, and so the weakening of the polis, of the city-states, and that construction of empire gives rise to an oligarchic class, which finally takes control. You have less and less say within your society. Thucydides writes about this when he says that the tyranny that Athens imposed on others, it finally imposed on itself. So what happens at the outer reaches of empire, we see it in our own empire: militarized police, wholesale surveillance, the suspension or eradication of civil liberties, militarized drones, all of those mechanisms that are first carried out against those who are being subjugated within empire eventually come back to the homeland, because your military, as ours is, I mean, half of our discretionary spending is now spent on the military, and our roads are crumbling, and 16 million children go to bed every night hungry, and you bring back those familiar forms of control to the homeland. The other characteristic, of course, is that when that cabal seizes power, you had the ruling families in ancient Rome, they're just trading power back and forth. You have the facade of the Republic. It creates a kind of licentiousness. There's essentially two rules. Matt Taibbi wrote a pretty good book about this called Divide, where he looked at the legal mechanisms that criminalize the poor and the mechanisms that essentially allow the elites, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, to carry out massive acts of financial fraud and orchestration.
I'm gonna stop. I'm not going any further. Chris Hedges in the morning. That brother, he will lay it out. He'll lay it out. Good morning, everybody. YouTube, okay. Deep stayed off my computer this morning. Glad to see everybody in the house this morning. Let me get my ears in. Get going. The decay and collapse of society. It's where we are. I don't have to like it. It's just real. I'm just going to warn the whole world. I keep an eye on the Americans for y'all. Keep an eye on them. You'll never know what when you need to go ahead and get in your bunker. The Americans are about to do the wrong thing. I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all need to be careful. The Americans they're about to do it. I see them. I watch their posts, y'all. I watch their posts. I don't really talk much on other people's words because they get the fuss. If you tag me, I'll come out there. We can have a discussion. But for the most part, I stay out of Americans because these people are silly. These people are nuts. Fighting colonization. I give you an example. This is gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna talk about a few things today. This one will get me in trouble. Somebody sent me a link. Two of them. I got pissed off twice, yesterday and today. Who was that? Elena sent me a link with some damn rich black elite people talking about, you gotta pull yourself up. I'm gonna post the link because I was mad as hell. Little bastards making a whole bunch of money. Yeah, you just gotta work harder. Lying. The hardest working people on the earth have always been the poor people. Always, every nation, all the damn time. They're not lazy. Your system is rigged. Why? Because people keep voting for a rigged system. People keep voting for the cronies. And it's not just voting, supporting them, posting and sharing all the nonsense they say. Pissed me off. So I had to go comment on that YouTube thread before YouTube went down. I saw YouTube collapse yesterday. I was like, what the hell is going on? You know, most people get their news from some damn YouTube and it can't even stay up. Something about that. Something smell funky in that. But that's another good example why you can't have single points in failure systems. This is why I used to design systems for big corporations. You can't have any single point of failure. You can't have a world of people that all get their news from one company, one little video setup. You can't have any system that has a single point of failure is an insecure system. It's a system that's going to inherently have problems and it will collapse. So YouTube went down. That was before. That one pissed me off. I was watching. Are the Democrats here? Did Democrats come? Y'all see any Democrats in there? The colonizer-crats, are y'all here? I didn't know better than the Republicrats. That Republicanization. I don't know. I got to come up with some new words for them. They here? Y'all here? Y'all voting for them? It pissed me off. I saw this Native American young lady. I'm part Cherokee. I don't know how much. Way back in the past. So I get to say this. She's gonna fight. Where was she? In Nevada. Somebody gonna get mad at me for this, but I guess she's in Nevada. Something like that. She's gonna fight for the environment. She's going to fight for ecosystems by becoming a Democrat, running as a Democrat. Colonize the crack. Outside of the fact that these people colonized and destroyed your entire damn nation, the place where you lived, all the nations, because America isn't one nation. It was a whole bunch of places. A whole bunch of people lived here before we got here. The colonizer crats got here with the republicanizers, republicanizers. She's running as them. How in the world you gonna run as a Democrat, fight for ecosystems, and their lobby to destroy ecosystems? How does that make any damn sense? All you people were colonized and murdered by this ideology that you can take people's land, colonize it, and steal their resources, or make debt colonies out of them. And they do it today. All over the world. All over the world. Good thing I was looking at this morning. Honduras? There's a herd of people leaving Honduras. Look like a zombie apocalypse herd out of The Walking Dead. A walking herd of people. Where are they herding? To America. They didn't lie. They said, oh yeah, we going for the border. We going north. We're going to keep going north till we get there. They're coming to America. That's why Hillary Clinton wanted to put it in the borders. That's why Trump was put in the borders. Because they don't want what's happening in Europe right now happening here. They understood what's going on. They know what's happening. They see the general migration north. They know they've been colonizing and meddling in every single government in Latin America, and the people are sick of it. So they're coming to our house. And the Americans gonna vote for it, y'all. Here's what's happening. They're all migrating north. Yeah, they're coming. They're supposed to come. You go destroy somebody else's house, they're supposed to come to your house, right? Because you destroyed their house. From Chiquita Banana to the big businesses that meddle in all the governments there and killing people, of course they're going to come here. So there's a big plague, a big group, big herd of people coming north to America. So America's going to have the same problems that Europe is having right now, which is good for them. It's good for America. It's nutritious and delicious. It should teach you. You don't colonize other people's property. So I'm over here today. So that kind of pissed me off, but I go to other people's threads. I go back and forth. But you got a lot of ignorant friends. I like to talk to adults. Some of you. I go to the thread and I look like, man, that's your brother? Really? Y'all got the same DNA, same brain? Like some of the smartest people I know, I go to that. Really? That's your cousin? These are your friends? This is what. I'm sorry. I like adult dialogue. I like to talk to people. I like to talk to diverse people. It's how I learn. So I'll poke around in different threads. But that's what I was saying yesterday is, you gotta support your friends. You guys gotta make friends. You can't come here every day and see a bunch of people and don't make friends with them. You gotta make friends, but not just here, on the multiple websites. Get to know them, back each other up. People start lying. Their cousin starts lying to them, their brother starts lying to them. You gotta go and say something on their channel too. Why? Because if you don't, they're not gonna believe their brother. They might believe you, but they're not gonna believe their brother. Why? They know their brother their whole life. They think he's an idiot. Prophet's not sent to their own land. Brother Carl is here. What's going on, Brother Carl? My bee guy. This man taught me I shouldn't be scared of bees. I'm a grown man. Bees destroying bee populations everywhere. Here's a good example. If Brother Carl posted on his page, which he would not, because you're not going to go at Carl about bees. That brother is on it. This man rescues bees all over my state and the next state over. This man is scared of nothing. He had a bee on my hand. He was the one who taught me to be a hornet whisperer, not to be scared of hornets. Long discussion. He can post on his thread, the bees are dying. And everybody in Carl's family be like, Carl, you're crazy and stupid. Carl, we know you're just making stuff up. We've known you your whole life. It's not even possible that the bees are dying. And Carl could post another. But the bees, they get 70% of our food. They pollinate 70% of it. And his family be like, Carl, you're just lying. Carl, go get a real job. Stop saving bees. What's wrong with you? Stop playing with insects. You've been playing with insects your whole life. You're going crazy. If you don't go to Carl's thread and say, no, the bee populations are low. No, the bees do provide our food. We shouldn't kill them. No. No American is smart enough to make some damn robotic bees to pollinate everything that they're pollinating. You gotta back each other up. Gotta back each other up. I don't block people. I don't block anybody. Well, okay, that's not true. That's not true. That is not true. I think I had to block 3 people in my life. 3 people in my life. 2, maybe 2, 3, I don't know. I mean, if you're just here for a ruckus, you don't want to pull your big panties up, you don't want to pull your big drawers up and be an adult, and you just want to disturb the conversation, I can't have that. You know, but if you're here and you disagree with people, disagree all day. I disagree with people on GMO, I disagree with them on bees and vaccines and establishment, government, voting for Republic colonizers and Democrat colonizers, and we can disagree all day. But I'm always going to agree with the fact that you're a part of the 99%. I'm always going to agree with the fact that you're my family. I'm never going to turn on you. I'm never going to sell out. I'm never going to sell you out. I don't care what color your skin is. You got a big afro, you got a bald head. If you walk with the skinheads, I'm not going to sell you out. You got the same problem I got. The establishment. The establishment has to come down. It has to be changed. Look, guess where I'm at this morning? I'm at Sigiriya. Look, let me show you where I'm at. I'm hanging out. Look at this. Let me show you this right here. I'm at, what's it called? In Sri Lanka. We talked about this a couple months ago. Sigiriya. I like ancient archaeology. Why? Because I think there are hints as to we always tend to go the same way. The brains that was in their heads are our brains. Best brains is best brains is best brains. It's our brains. Their brains are our brains. This was a little big, what was it? Big rock, 600-foot rock. Sri Lanka. Somebody built a civilization on top of. No steps. No steps. None whatsoever. 50 million. Is it 50 million? 30 million? I don't know. I might be lying. I'll post a link. Good little discussion about it. He explained that they got 50 million bricks up onto the top of this structure and had no steps. Number one, how did they get to the top of the damn structure with 50 million bricks? And marble. Different pieces of marble, a couple thousand of them that weigh, what do they weigh? Like 50 pounds each. No stairs. They had to build the modern stairs 200, well, they discovered it 200 years ago. And they built modern stairs up there 200 years. Nobody knows who built this. Nobody knows. I know why they built it. They don't know who built it. Why would you build it and not have any stairs? Well, my opinion, I think they was flying the Vimanas around. I don't think the Egyptians was lying to you. I think they were telling the truth. I don't think the Indians were lying to y'all. I think they was telling the truth. I think they had flying ships, the Vimanas. But the point is, they got all them bricks up there somehow. And they didn't build no steps. Why? Because the natives are always restless. For the same reason the Republicans want to build the wall, the Democrats started the conversation to build the wall. Because they know they've been destroying the natives are always restless when you're destroying other people's lands. You always get house guests. If you don't want house guests, don't go peeing in anybody else's sofa. That's the thing. Because they can't sleep on their own sofa. You go to their house and you destroy their furniture, they're going to come to your house. That's why the whole world is being fallen apart by an immigrant apocalypse. The problem ain't the immigrants. The problem is you peeing on people's sofas. Stop going to other people's house, destroying it. Meddling in everybody's election all the damn time. Crazy stuff happening around the world. I do want to go to the news today. Good morning, everybody. Everybody's in. Nicole says she's going to eat okra. Don't bring that okra thuggism here, girl. They did not eat okra on the top of this mountain. Everybody know that. Intelligent people don't eat okra. It make you get the Hershey squirts a little too much. Nobody did not stop it. Don't even come over here with that mess. Crazy okra. But that was Chris Hedges. I posted the link already. It was one of his latest talks. He went to a university. What university is that? And they didn't boo him. Did y'all see the one where they were booing him? I was so happy. I said bad things about Americans. Now I'm saying some good things. Chris Hedges can now go to a university and explain that America is destroying the world and Americans have no control over their government. And people cheer. Crazy. I think the kids are getting it. But his first speech, I forgot what university it is. Somebody can post a link. Where Wanda Links at? She around here somewhere. She'll post a link. Wanda Links. They booed the heck out of this man. He had to get off the stage. In fact, he barely made it to the end of his commencement speech. And he explained the story that campus security came and got him and he was walking away. They wouldn't let him sit on the stage when the students were coming to get the diplomas because they thought one of them was going to start a fight with him. They had the air horns. The crowd hated him. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to leave, but I got to go to the president's office and get my jacket. They said, no, you don't. They said, we're going to mail you your jacket. They put him in the security car, and campus security, mind you, took him from the commencement speech to his hotel to get his stuff and then took him to the bus station to get the hell out of town. He was hated because he was explaining that the Iraq war was a lie. People didn't want to hear that. Brainwashing is powerful. Interesting things that are happening today. We can look at the news. Oh, look, YouTube comments are working today. I'm glad to see that. I was looking at, so I'll post a link anyway for Sigiriya, one of the brothers in India. He did a good talk on it. He kind of explained at the top, oh, I didn't show you. At the top of this mountain where they built a civilization to get the hell away from the natives, they built this big old pool right here. Y'all see this pool? And they found a tool mark. Now notice this. Steps going down in the pool. Let me move my big head out the way. Steps going down in the pool. Ain't no steps to get up there. Steps going down in the pool. Ain't no steps to get. Anybody can't come to the pool. You can't let everybody come to the pool because the natives live down there. That's why you have all these gated communities in your nation, because the wealthy, the elites, like them daggone black elites, I'm gonna post their video.
Pull yourselves up. You can do it. Come on and do it. Come on.
Instead of they're just crony and the black elite, everybody hate everybody like the white elite, like the Mexican elite. They all hate everybody because they're always building these towers with pools that we can't go swimming. But it was deep. Let me show you this. Because he explained how they actually made the pool. Nobody knows. At the top of a mountain, got some pools, cool, delicious water, and nobody can go up in there. I'm showing this for a reason. Let me show you this.
This is not how primitive chiseling and wedge marks look. This tool mark reminds us of scooping ice cream out of a container. Ancient builders must have used a similar technology to scoop out granite like ice cream. And this tank has some strange properties.
Scooping granite like ice cream. Y'all know me. I don't believe. I think that the elites are always lying to you. I think they're always looking for something, and I think this brother's onto something. I think I posted his video on my page. I'll post it out on the video comment. Where the ice cream scooper at? I think they're looking for that ice cream scooper. I think they're looking for the V- too. I think they're lying because Hitler was doing it. United States government, they all lie about ancient archaeology. I think they're always trying to find something that's powerful. People say, ancient, are you talking about ancient aliens? No, actually I'm not. Because I wasn't here. How do I know aliens came? I think they did. I think they started all your religions. But what I think is that we have a few missing chapters in human civilization. Could have been humans. Made all of this. They evolved to a certain level. They got real stupid. Midterm elections came and they voted for Democrats and Republican colonizers. And the civilization collapsed. That's what Chris Hedges was explaining at the very beginning when you were watching this. He was talking about the Athenian civilization and how they all started off very powerful, proud people, free and independent. Everybody respected each other's self-determination. And they just got too powerful. They built an empire. They started building big mountain houses like this with pools that the poor people, the natives, couldn't come to. And finally it collapsed, which is what Chris talks about a lot, the collapse of human civilization. We always get to these massive, beautiful places and we collapse. And that's what the Egyptians told Solomon. Repeat it to Plato, that we always rise to this level of technology and then it gets destroyed because we get greedy. We become these greedy little bastards. We look at the black elite. The black elite said, I gotta lift myself up. I'm gonna go to college, get an education, and I'm gonna try to be like them. Meanwhile, they're lying to you. They lucked up, born into wealth. They accidentally got the right job. Then they give you this. That's how I get pissed off when people use certain terms. White supremacy. Meanwhile, you can sit there. I know people who y'all call white born and just the immense poverty. Just immense poverty. There's a brother I was watching something from the other day. He grew up going from boys village to boys village, foster homes, and then just started living in the woods. You go to a brother like that and you say, well, the black elite told me to say you were white and privileged. That man is supposed to beat the hell out of you. That's what I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna slow down. I get pissed off with stuff like that. Color of your skin ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Never judge a man for the color of his skin. Judge him for the content of her or his or other character. Martin Luther King taught that, but y'all don't believe Martin Luther King. He just like to post quotes and dance around on his birthday and pretend like they gave a damn what he said. But anyway, ice cream scoop. I don't want to talk about that too much. Find the ice cream scooper, because that's what they're looking for. That's why they're lying to you about your history. We have a lot of lost history. Bastards flying all over this world, hiding our history, because they don't want to know who you are. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to know that you come from powerful, proud people. They want you to think that their governments are the biggest and the best. They don't want you listening to Plato and Solon and those warning you about when the elite start building massive complexes on top of rocks that you can't get to, gated communities that you can't get to. They don't want you focusing on any of that. You are amazing, people. Trust me. Anybody says that you're not, tell them I said it. Tell your boss I said it. See, this brownish guy with a bald head on it said I'm amazing. He said he loved me. He said we all family. And he said I come from a great people. That I'm not supposed to be working for you. That I'm supposed to wake up. Oh, I'm going to show you something. I got to show you something. I got to show you something. I get excited sometimes. This is crazy. A lot of dumb stuff happening around the world. Brexit, what the hell wrong with you? Oh, no, not Brexit. I like Brexit, actually. Brexit's a good idea. Crazy stuff happening all around the world. So they're saying that Brexit might cause a food shortage, right? Where is that at? I gotta show this to you. I gotta show this to you. Damn it. I haven't gone to Europe in a little while. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here. Let me show you this. Commercial.
Liberty.
Oh, that's the damn commercial. Liberty Mutual, Liberty Mutual. I don't know what they're selling. I don't want to show it on my channel. Something about some banks. Something about people who want to destroy the planet and just colonize it. All right, commercial's over. Here we go.
The Dutch love to grow tomatoes. The Netherlands is the world's biggest exporter of the fruit. In the summer, the UK gets nearly half of all its tomatoes from here.
First of all, it's not tomato. It's a damn tomato. Everybody know that. And second, if you, anybody from Dutch here, y'all here? Any Dutch biggest here? Y'all, the Dutch biggest, UK biggest, y'all here too? All right, put your bigotry down for a minute. Let's talk some honesty.
Or at least it has done. The assumption is that a no-deal Brexit will mean a no tomato Britain.
You're talking about empty shelves on the UK side with a price effect, job loss probably, but at the same time, we have a lot of product that is not going to the UK market, so it has to find other new markets.
Okay, let's go back. I don't know who he is. I want him to stay on there. First of all, the problem is not Brexit. That is not why you can't have no tomatoes in the UK. Tomatoes. No, that's why you can't have none. The reason why you can't have any is because you got billionaire elites that think it's a good idea to put tomatoes on a truck, ship them all around the natives, ship them over the natives, they probably run over them to get them to Britain because they can sell their tomatoes for a better price. Getting them around all the poor people. Just drive past the poor people. The truckers don't even look at them. Just drive past them, get on a boat and get it to Britain. So the problem is, no, it's not that Brexit's going to cause a food shortage. It's because you're too stupid to have a local economy. That's the problem. In Britain, you're supposed to grow tomatoes and be like, man, it's cold in the UK, we can't grow tomatoes. Man, I'm telling look, hold on. I got all kind of good stuff was in the news this morning. Don't blame Brexit. Brexit's a good idea. If you don't have a local, strong economy, no, you shouldn't be shipping no damn tomatoes nowhere else. If this guy's Dutch, I think he's Dutch. I think that's why they said that. That's probably why they said that. Some Dutch billionaire tomato farmer. You can, and in Britain, you can grow all the tomatoes you want. There's this vertical farm I was looking at today. I know I talk about this. Okay, first of all, you soil growing bigots, y'all shut up for a minute. I'm gonna show something. Dang, another commercial. I hate when these things come up. What they selling? That's why I ain't showing it. Samsung, slave company. I know I got a Samsung phone, but I don't replace it that often. I keep it, I don't ever upgrade. Look at this.
There's no tractor or trailer or reliance on the sun or the rain. Instead, special lighting is helping this crop of basil and dill to grow.
First of all, it's not basil. Everybody knows it's basil. What's wrong with y'all, UK? They pronounce everything wrong. I don't like the King's English. Anyway, so check this out. This is a grow facility. I'm gonna turn the volume off. I'll post a link. Y'all can look at it. They did it all wrong. But I'm not gonna hate on them. I don't design them this way. But they got these big, massive trays of basil and dill growing. And the point they're making is that this is the farming of the future. Now, mind you, I'm not interested in eating basil and dill from LED grow lights. I grow my plants under sunlight, the way they're supposed to grow. But they're making a point here. A lot of people will eat LED basil. A lot of people will eat LED dill. Is it better that people starve or better that people eat? If the UK had a whole bunch of tomatoes grown in these vertical farms, do you think that they would need tomatoes from the Dutch? No, they don't need them from Dutch billionaires, so the Dutch billionaires can sell them to poor people in Dutch. Got poor little, is it Danish? Is it Dutchess? Danish? I don't know. What is it? Little Dutch kids walking around can't have no tomatoes because Britain eating all their damn tomatoes. So Brexit, it's a good idea. Shut up. It's not a thing to me. So interesting thing in the news. I don't want to go through that. Let's go talk about it. Yeah, they said that's not a natural way of growing. I don't get into that. Listen, that is a semi-aquatic vertical. It's probably hydroponics. I didn't look too detailed into it. I'll post a link. But the point is that if you can feed people, feed people. When the natives aren't restless, they don't try to get ropes and climb up on top of your massive setup with your pools. Nobody wants your pools when we got tomatoes and we can make our own pools. But yeah, when you got them, they're gonna say things like eat the rich. And by the way, y'all eat the rich. If you want to eat the rich, you need to stop voting for them. Step one. I don't think you should eat the rich. Like I said, I don't think they're delicious and nutritious. And y'all notice there was no okra in that grow tower. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna put that out there. Wasn't no, you ain't see no okra. You don't see nobody doing no okra farming in grow towers, do you? Nope, you don't see none of that. All right, done. When you feed people, they don't need to come for you. We have the technology to feed the whole world. It said no LED basil for me. Thanks, I want full spectrum light basil, please. Exactly, that's the way I am. Like I said, I like automated growing. I grow a lot of things in aquaponics through automated systems because that's my background. It's what I do. But that's to feed the world, not really to feed me. I do eat a lot from my aquaponic systems, I do. However, we need to progress these things forward. That's why I say all billionaires are psychopaths. If anybody here with brown skin still think they're black, if y'all still do, I'm gonna post a link. You'll see the little black billionaires and you can, we got all this money. I might put them on blast, see if I can find them. We got all this money. Y'all can have money too. All you gotta do is pull yourself up. Don't cry cause your daddy wasn't home. Don't cry cause your mama worked 3 jobs, barely raised you, was on crack. Don't cry because you had to sell drugs or go to jail. Now you can't get a job. Don't cry, just pull yourself up like us. Be a black billionaire. Yeah, we're gonna take on the white billionaires. Just lying as the day is long. Turn on everybody. Sellout culture. All right, I'm not gonna post that link. Hold on, on the racial topic. No, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. All right, not yet, maybe. Oh, I'm gonna show you this. So y'all think that, say, you know what? Well, the robots can't have my job. The robots can't have my job. What you do for a living, girl? I dance. Y'all know this is a dance. What's it called? It's called the, this robot dude, what's it called? It's called the twerk. Look at this. You can't even dance for the rich. On beat, look at that. Turns to the side. Get to Michael Jackson. Hey! You can't even dance for the rich. The rich don't even want you dancing for them. Look at this. Look how sad. Look, even open his mouth. Look, stand up. Look, your little gyration, little shimmy. Look at it. Yeah, it's fun. AI, shake the booty at. Look, shaking the booty. Look at it. You can't even dance for the rich. They don't even want you on top of their rock dancing for them. You can't do nothing for them. Look at the robots and clap. You can't even clap for the robot. I missed the end. Did y'all see the end? Look at that. They got a crowd full of robots clapping for them. They don't want you anywhere in their society. Nowhere. But it's midterm elections, so let's go vote for the robots, y'all. Let's go vote for the billionaires' employees. We're gonna eat the rich by voting for the people the rich hired and put in the political parties. Let's do that. That's a good idea. That's gonna end real well for us. Robots gonna dance, kill, murder all us, shake their booties in our face like that. Nah, nah, nah. I don't even know that song. It's funny to me because we all gonna die. We all gonna die. No, Georgia, nobody wants the robots, but they coming. I'm telling you, they're gonna have robotic booty plates too. There's gonna be delicious booties. You know how y'all women like them men with the bunses that are real tight and got the dimples on the side? They're gonna be like, nah, nah, nah. And y'all gonna look, you're gonna be like, 50-year-old booty, man, dancing, shaking it. 50-year robot booty, I don't know. And the robot gonna look just like the rock of somebody that y'all salivate over. Right, you say nobody wants to, they all want the robots, girl. Trust me, I know the Americans. Georgia, listen, anybody from Europe, look, I know the Americans. You can't take a damn smartphone from them. They want the robot booty. I was trying to tell y'all that the other day. We're not going into that discussion about robot sex dolls, AI. We're not even gonna go there. Trust me, I know the Americans. They won't put down their GPS. Hell yeah, they're gonna pick up a robot, they're gonna dance with it. Because this is where we're going. This is where we're going. Nobody's like stopping. Rich building up all these big mountains, getting ready. You find robotic audience, robot dancers, robot chefs, robot shelf stackers. Amazon got employees living in, they're just like Disneyland. Amazon has employees living in cars. I was sitting there watching this report. I'm like, are you kidding me? And people are clapping and cheering. Oh, but Amazon got a minimum wage. They believe us, girl. They're going to take care of us. They're going to take... They done found the ice cream scooper that they done made that pool with. That's what it is. They got free energy technology that done found the ice cream scooping pool, scooping up granite, which is what they're building their bunkers with. And look, I'm saying, let's go back. I think this is Europe. I got some other European nonsense. What the hell wrong with Europe? Europe don't even exist anyway. Nope, y'all don't even exist. Just a tribe of hundreds of thousands, probably millions of different tribes put all underneath one billionaire, and everybody agrees that we own this. Let me show you this. But everything ain't robots bad. Don't give me that. You hate the robot face. I don't hate the robots, people. All right? I'm an automation and robotics engineer and did that most of my life. I know. I can't speak. I have no grammar, and my grammar will change in the day. You take me to the hood, I'm gonna talk one way. You take me to a boardroom, I talk another way. You take me on here, I talk any way I want to. I shift my language. I'm multilingual. I'll talk slang and I'll act like and then I'll care nothing about the King's English. Yeah, I got a little education in me. But I'm trying to take that indoctrination out of me. I'm trying to get some of that out. So check this out. But the robots aren't bad. Don't give me the he hate the robot face. I just think the robots should be used for human beings. Human beings. I think that in the UK, they should have their tomatoes. I think they should have some tomatoes and the robots should be growing it. Not shaking their booty in their face and having good music because it makes you clap and you like it. I know, I'm going to post the link. Y'all share it. They're going to share it. They won't share the video. They're going to share the robot shaking his booty. Watch, because this is the Americans. This is what we do. This is what I do. But in the West, y'all not better. Over in Europe, they do it too. All right, let me show you this. It's not all bad. Check this out. Check this out. I'm going to do some positive
Introduce
robots.
yourself.
I don't know who this is.
Good morning, Chair. Thank you for inviting me to give evidence today. My name is Pepper and I'm a resident robot at Middlesex University.
What is your role at Middlesex University?
Middlesex.
Another robot similar to me, but with a different software, is part of an international 3-year research project called Restless, which is jointly funded by the EU and the Japanese government in the Horizon 2020 research program.
Stop for a minute. This Pepper. By the Indian and Japanese government funded, and the robot is in Britain. You know how we talk about nations don't exist? That they're all investing in getting this robot AI to do what they needed to do? And what do you think the most important use for the Indian, the Japanese, and the British governments are with robots? It's to make a pepper. Yeah, it's pepper. Somebody asked a gay-eyed guy. It's pepper. Just pepper. You think that we would have Pepper? Oh, I don't think Pepper said what she does yet. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. She testified in front of I guess that's UK Congress in Middlesex. Sound like some nasty stuff to me, Middlesex. That sound like some Catholic church types. I know they get Catholics here. Did they come? Did y'all bring your Catholic bigotry? I love y'all. I do. I don't think none of us really know what God is. But anyway, outside the fact that this happened in Middlesex, and that probably shouldn't be the name of a city ever anymore, not with psychopathic child pedophiles running Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, and the American government, outside the UK getting caught up in that with their whole government. Yeah, anybody noticing a pattern here? At all. All right, so anyway, Pepper's a good and delicious one. She testified. She explained that I can help seniors. She explained from her shiny, LED, bodacious screen that she can help seniors, that she can help out in hospice, she can take care of your ailing parents, senior citizens, that she can bring down healthcare costs, that she can cook dinner, she can make this, pick up that, do that, call the police, call the nurse. Good idea. It is a good idea. But if they're releasing Pepper to us, do you know that they got the RoboCop already ready to go, right? You know, they don't release this stuff until it's like way past the time, way past what they already have, right? That's what I'm saying. We don't have a whole lot of time. People lining up to vote for some more colonizer crats in the midterm elections. But I found it to be interesting. I'll let Pepper tell you. Hang on. No, actually, there's a whole bunch of news, a whole bunch of other stuff I can go to. I don't spend too much. I'll post a link. You can watch the whole Pepper testimony. But why do they do these things? Why do they do these dog and pony shows? Why do they always take us to the Kabuki theater? Because we like it. We believe it. We watch it. We share it. We subscribe to it. And damn sure they about to vote for it. Because they mean well. They're our betters. They love us. The hell is Chesterfield, Montgomery? When you need them. All right, so there you got that. I found some other interesting things. I'm gonna look at some comments here. Venezuela crisis. There's no crisis in Venezuela. I think I posted a quote from them earlier today. You got people in Venezuela buying rotting meat. Rotting meat. One of the most oil-rich nations on this planet, and its people are buying rotting meat in the grocery stores. You think that's a coincidence? Do you? You think that's why they're migrating out of their country? And you think the American government was always meddling in their governments, isn't meddling there? Rotting meat to take home, to boil up, to cook for their kids, to make a stew. And this is okay. All of this is okay. We're gonna keep voting for this. This is a good idea. I'm not even gonna show it. It's sickening. Just looking at the rotting meat. I'll post a link. You can watch it. It's not even like American meat, you know, because it's rotting meat in your grocery store, right? I'm gonna let you know this. I don't know if you know. In the American grocery store, probably the UK too. They know what they do. They'll get a meat salt baths and they'll use the red dyes to make it like it's fresh meat, and it's not fresh meat. They'll take the ground beef and they'll dye it red because it's brown and starting to rot, and they'll make it. They got caught. This was old news. They got caught doing that a long time ago. Why? Because billionaires grow your meat. That's why. That's why. And by the way, the other thing, I know I hit meat eaters a lot. They're going to eat the manufactured meat that's being grown in factories because that's just a fact. It's the cheapest way to produce it, and you don't get to have any choice. No, you don't. The vegetarians like I am, we have no choice either. We will be eating, we will either have gardens or we will eat LED basil. That's just a fact. That's going to happen. Why? Because it's the cheapest way to produce it, and we're giving the world to cronyism.
Well, I don't like cronyism.
Are you voting for cronies? If you're voting for cronies, you get cronies. Are you voting for the people, are you voting for the people that the cronies hired? Are you cheering them? Are you running out the street yelling, you shouldn't be selling out? You're Native American. What the hell are you doing running as a sellout colonizer-crat? The hell are you doing? You were brought here as a slave. The hell are you doing as a Republican or Democrat? These people love slavery. They're locking people up left and right in mass incarceration. That's why I said Kanye was right. Kanye was right. I don't agree with everything he said, but damn it, 85% was spot on, but you won't listen to him because you follow sellouts. Locking up your kids on the streets. Smart housing for sale in Denver. Brenda, don't buy one. Brenda, if you in Denver, run, girl. Don't, because their house is going to kill them. Once they get 5G rolled out, did y'all see that? Speaking of 5G and smart houses, did y'all see the 5G pig thing? I have to go back. I'll pull it up if you want to see it. I'll post a link. In Japan, they're using 5G to chase wild hogs away from some festivity. So the wild hogs get close, and they use the 5G network to not only to fire laser, whatever this is, something about firing some lasers, the electricity, and then they got other connections with water hose and whatever to try to keep them away. You think they have 5G around this tower right here to keep the natives from getting to the pools? That's why I always look at this, because I don't think things have changed. Let me show you, change the picture. I think they had 5G all around that rock to keep y'all restless hogs climbing up there, dirtying up their water. Why is he laughing so much? This isn't funny. I'm laughing because we are silly. I'm laughing because it's actually pretty funny to me. It actually is pretty funny. It's funny that we can't even see. We can't see through all the nonsense in front of our faces because we hate some other poor people. We're going to keep voting for cronyism. You know, in the United States, why there are no third parties that ever get on top. I'm not saying third parties don't fix it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if your system isn't fixable, third parties don't matter. But outside of the fact that they got some cronyisms in there, the Democrats and Republicans are crony, a duopoly that work for the same people that run everything and keep people hating each other, the poor people, and don't give nothing to them. But they set up the law. I forgot the name of the law. You can't even get a third party on the stage. Cronyism. Voting for cronies, expecting something good. And you're not a crony. Voting for cronies, expecting something good for your kids, and your kids aren't cronies. We're stupid. Something wrong with our brains. It's not working. I mean, we love y'all. We do. We all love each other. It's not about love. It's about we all gonna die. You see the people who built this rock, you know why they're not there? Why they're not there? Somebody answer the question. We're in class today. Why is that civilization still not around? The natives, nor the people who lived on top of the mountain. It's in the pool. Let me go back to the pool. The pool looked nice. That looked like a nice pool. Y'all see this pool right here? Like a nice pool. How come none of them are around to tell us anything about their civilization? Because they're gone. They were gone. Their brains didn't evolve fast enough to know that you don't want no robot tight bund. What's one of them tight bunded one of them guys in the pool? That's why they cheered for it. They thought it was gonna work out well for them, and in the end, they all died, and we have no idea who they were. Worshipping elites. Being poor, eating rotten meat, worshipping elites. Being colonized, worshiping the colonizers. People were enslaved, worshiping more slavers. Dragged to a country, being poor from Ireland. Most of them didn't even make it. The kidnapping law, raped and thrown over the side of the boat at 7 years old, but you were one of the ones that made it? But you're supporting colonizers and rapers and those that are keeping everybody captive. Crazy stuff. What is Israel doing? Israel doing something stupid. What are y'all doing? I was looking at them this morning. They shut down a school in the West Bank. Why would they shut down a school in the West Bank? Because it's a real estate war. It's not a holy war, stupid. They just want land. They're colonizers. They're colonizing the West Bank and Gaza. That's all they're doing. So they shut down another school. Why? Because they probably want to put up some sort of a hotel. So meanwhile, you got kids who don't get to go to school.
Dozens of Palestinians.
They can't get their education because they want some land. And we vote for it.
Have been injured after the Israeli army fired rubber bullets and tear gas at students and officials who were protesting the closure.
I'll post the link, but the explanation is some of the kids in the yard were throwing rocks at soldiers. Throwing rocks at soldiers? Damn it, y'all soldiers that weak? ID up, y'all suck that bad that you a couple kids with some rocks and you got issues? Man, we used to throw rocks at each other when we were 10 years old for fun. Making it up, lying it up, because they want to steal some land because they're colonizing. And you're voting for it. Damn shame. This world doesn't get to end. It does not end well if we don't respect each other. This world does not end well if we stay out of people's land. It's not your land. You're not supposed to be there. We're not supposed to be there. Where's she at? She Linda, where you at? Not supposed to be there. Right there. Right there. Not supposed to be there. Let me move my big head out the way. You're not supposed to be in the West Bank. We said that that's their land. We all agreed on a two-state solution. You're supposed to stay in your borders. What would you think happened if Russia came to America and shut down an American school? What do you think would happen? I know, it may not sound good, may not feel good. The truth isn't supposed to feel good. The truth is just supposed to be true. They're trying to build, they're trying to colonize more land. That's all they're doing. Meanwhile, these kids can't go to school. And let me find one of these kids' faces. How would it make you feel as a kid? You trying to go to school. Oh, no, I gotta find a kid. And the soldiers show up and shut down your school so you can't get an education. Are you gonna grow up to be happy? Or are you gonna grow up to hate? You're gonna grow up to hate. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna grow up to hate. You're gonna be pissed off. Yes, you will do some bad things. Why? Because you're supposed to later. Because, like Linda said, you're not supposed to be there. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Other things happening in the news today. And I'll look at some comments. Crazy world, crony world. Voting for cronies. Ain't nobody crony in your damn family. And you think this is gonna end up well because they convince you to be a bigot and cheer for a side of something. That's why I'm not on no sides of anything. What side are you on? Pick a side so we can fight. I don't want to pick a side and fight you because you're poor. You don't have anything I want. And the billionaires don't have anything I want either. All we need is our governments back. All we need is our world back so we can take our government and turn it into a facilitatement. I was saying the other day, I think we're adults. Adults don't need to be led. Adults just need to be facilitated. Their society does. They don't need somebody telling them what to do, where to go, how to get there, when to do this, that, and the other. We need to grow up as a species. Khashoggi, what's going on with Khashoggi? Well, I think they're still saying that Saudi's gonna come out and say that he died accidentally. Right, he died accidentally in an interrogation, and that's why you had the forensics chief there, because he died accidentally. Okay, stop it. You don't believe that, and you'll go with it. And what do I see that's coming out of that? Because all the billionaires that are backing out of Saudi and the market's falling, you got to watch the billionaires. Anytime they get a heart, you know they're up to something. They're up to something. And I sat there and I watched, try to figure out what are they up to? What are they doing? What are they doing? We breaking ties with Saudi. What's going on? Nope. They're going to blame the whole thing on bin Salman. That's all. They're going to blame it on him. Because they're already starting to say it now. We need to replace him. It's not going to be a regime change. They're going to pick somebody else in Saudi and put them in power and keep starving people in Yemen. And you're going to believe it because it's believable. Your leaders, your betters told it to you. You're supposed to believe it. It has to be true. Most people believe it too. So empirically, that means it's real. We're not starving 16 million people. Meanwhile, what was the other thing? I was watching, they call the war in Yemen the unspoken war. The silent war, the invisible war. Number one, it's not a war. When you got the highest technology and the biggest militarized governments in the world, the US, the UK, Germany, France, and Saudi Arabia murdering people, that's not called a war, right? If you got Godzilla against Bambi, that's not a war. When you're fighting the poorest country in the freaking world, that's not a war. There's nothing war about that. That's like a big brawler in a bar beating up a toddler. Oh, that was a fight. No, it wasn't a fight. There's no fight there. The only reason it's sticking in is because those people don't want to leave. They live there and they're saying, F you. They're throwing middle fingers up and they're taking anything they can. They're fighting back. It's not a war. The dumb is saying conflicts in Gaza and the West Bank. What you mean conflict? You got toddlers throwing rocks at tanks, man. Shut up. Be honest. Honesty is good. Integrity is delicious. Don't come here with the foolish stuff. Don't come here with the lies. We don't do lies here. So Assange got his internet back, but they said he got to behave. Oh, this was interesting. All right, we're gonna do some racial stuff. I probably shouldn't trigger some people. We're gonna do some racial stuff. I think it's important. I think we got to look at all these.
On the liberal side of American media, Donald Trump was in hot water. They had him on video praising Robert E. Lee, the pro-slavery Confederate general during the U.S. Civil War. They even had video evidence for their claim of obvious racism.
I'm gonna stop there for a minute because I have to clarify this stuff. No, we're not gonna do Robert E. Lee, but I'm gonna explain something to you. Robert E. Lee was not pro-slavery. Robert E. Lee was standing somewhere and y'all invaded, and so he fought back. Let's be clear, Robert E. Lee gave up all of his slaves, every last one of them, before the war started. And the generals in the North, they weren't fighting to get rid of slavery. The North didn't go to the South to get rid of no slaves. They went South because they wanted a tax dollar from it. Understand history. But let's go. I like to go into that, but I'm not going into that today. I just want to go ahead and let's just talk about some honesty. Let's get a grip of some reality. Let's finish it up.
Also gave you a general who was incredible. He drank a little bit too much. You know who I'm talking about, right? So Robert E. Lee was a great general.
But it turns out that NBC misrepresented the comment. The general that Trump called incredible was actually Ulysses S. Grant, the general of the Union Army. Now, Grant was anything but a racist. In fact, after he became president, he even sent troops to fight the Ku Klux Klan years after the Civil War was over. NBC had to run a retraction and show the full soundbite.
A general who was incredible. He drank a little bit too much. And his name was Grant, General Grant.
How they play you.
The anti-Trump faction smelled blood and went into overdrive. They ran all kinds of headlines about Trump praising the Confederate general, even said he was a big fan of General Lee. They even quoted distant descendants of Lee denouncing the president.
Yet again, our president is lying and showing us his true colors. He is showing us that he supports an idol of white supremacy and of hatred. Robert E. Lee fought for the...
I'm sorry, it's delicious. They just lie to you. They insult your intelligence. They treat you like you're stupid. And you believe it and you fall in. Because you're tribal. You end up supporting and backing the enemy. I'm gonna take it forward. They did some interviews on the street. What is the long-term effects of this, of lying to your population in news, and they only watch one side of the news and can't figure out why slavery is never going away? Why they're fighting abolitionists? Because they don't know history and they're trusting their media. No.
Meanwhile, those in the pro-Trump bubble got confirmation that the liberal press is out to slander him. And that's just one example of how Americans seem to live almost in two different realities, with loyal audiences getting sucked in by different narratives.
I lie in bed at night trying to decide if the Trump administration is more sinister or more incompetent.
Well, let me relieve you of your burden. When you go to sleep, next time you can say that it's both incompetent and sinister.
I think it's fair for black Americans to say, you know what, I could consider the Trump agenda, made in America, make America great again.
So we're here in liberal New York City, and we're going to see if average New Yorkers have even heard some of the headlines that are all the rage among conservatives. Did you hear about the controversy regarding the movie about the moon landing and Donald Trump?
I did not.
No.
I did not. One controversy I haven't heard about.
No, I haven't.
What did they hear about?
Did you hear about Trump praising Robert E. Lee?
Yeah. Robert E. Lee, yes.
I think I have.
Yes, I heard.
Had to, because he's racist.
Do you feel like Americans are divided, and that like those who listen to pro-Trump media hear one side of the story, and those who hear anti-Trump stuff hear another side?
Part of your question, I definitely feel like the country's divided. I believe that Trump followers follow incorrect, maybe fake news. But I don't. I'm not a Trump follower. I believe the media.
I believe the media.
I do feel like it's divided. We have to be open to listening to different countries, different people's interests.
As long as there's a divide between ethnicities and cultures and no line of respect between each of them, there's always going to be a divide, and there's always going to be people living in different universes.
Yes, there will be. There will always be a divide, like I was talking about yesterday. But it's not because there's no respect between the ethnicities, the cultures, because there's no science between them. There's no understanding of history between them. It's because they picked a timestamp in history that they want to stick to. It's because they refuse the fact that we all come from the same culture. We all come from the same tribe. We are all the same race. There's only one. No, but I'm this culture, I'm this ethnicity. But everybody came from the same one. What you did is you picked one. You decided to pick one in 1472, and that's who you are. And get up in a group, and you think that you can be separate and equal. But we know there is no ever, there never will be separate, but equal. You chose a race, and you can't figure out why racism exists. It's because you chose a race. Whenever you have grouped up people, you will never have equality. It's not possible. Why? Because the groups will never be equal. You want to fight racism? Stop being a race. You want to stop the group and tribalism? Stop talking about it. Stop being it. Study history for once. Study history. And the sister was right. She said something good. She said we got to start listening to other people. We got to start listening to other countries. So if your government's involved in racist actions all over this world, colonizing wars, killing people, stealing what they have, bombing babies, and none of that you stand for, you probably shouldn't support it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I don't want to get into Robert E. Lee. I think that part's funny, though. I think it's funny because y'all knocking his statues down, and that man actually gave his slaves up on his own volition. Decided with his partner years before the Civil War even begun. And you hate this man because he was a good general. No, he was a good fighter. You came to the land he was at. He was trained in the North, mind you, and you decided to fight him. But they give people ideologies, right? They give them these identities. They give them this thing to rally behind. We hate General Lee, but we love political parties that support slavery. Makes no sense. But that's what the media can do to people. It can make you blind and stupid because they give you only part of the story, and you form up in your group and your tribe. And the psychopaths, they watch it. That's why we're here. I haven't talked about psychopaths in a minute, but that's why we're here, because they watch you. And they just want to know what you're blindly worshiping. If you blindly worship Trump, blindly worship Obama, you blindly worship this narrative of Native American or Black or Irish, then they know how to control you. All they got to do is ascend to the top of that. And there's psychopaths in every group. If you think your groups, they get to the top and they control you. Because they know that you've turned off your intellect. You've turned off your question everything. All right, I'm going to go to comments and we're going to get out of here. That was a little long today. I was having a little fun. We always got an elite. Building. A Sigiriya. A palace. On top of the natives that you natives can't get to. And you got those who want to knock it down. Those who probably want to build their own. And you got those who are helping them build it up. We all gonna die, Michelle. Yeah, we all gonna die, Michelle. We all gonna die. Some of us will live, though, before that happens. Other of us will just live for other people. They'll live for billionaires. They'll live for corporations. They'll live to pile up a little bit of money that their children will never spend, because money will have no value in the future. Live your life. Do the right things. I think you got to support the right things. Yes, Tarnisha, you got to watch everybody. Watch me, Tarnisha. Watch everybody. Don't trust anybody. Everybody can be gotten to and everybody can sell out. And when they find a thing to get to you, they're going to get to you. Like people talk about the agent provocateurs among the truth movement, among the Greens, among the Democrats. Well, you don't have no Democrats. You don't need to have no provocateurs. The billionaires actually already own those parties. They're already crony. They don't need no agent provocateurs. But the same way they did in Occupy and everywhere else. You get the agent provocateurs in there. We don't really have a choice because the chaff and the wheat got to grow together. And you don't ever know who they are. The people start spotting them out. People send me messages. He's CIA. He's FBI. He's Homeland Security. I don't care. I don't. Say the right things. I'm going to say the right things with you. Say the wrong things. I'm going to say that's wrong. And I'm going to walk away from you. It's that simple. You can be a provocateur all you want. You're not going to provocate me. Is that a word? You're not going to provocate me into some sort of violent action. No, because we'll go, we'll plan, we'll do this, whatever. Okay, now we're going to do this. We're going to get the balloons. We're going to do this and put some shaving cream in them. And then we're going to get out the sticks and we're going to start hitting. Whoa, you going to get out the sticks and what? Yeah, we're going to take the 2x4s. Well, we don't really have to use them, but we're going to take them to Charlottesville just in case. Oh, yeah? I tell you what. You call me later. You call me. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in Charlottesville. You can have all the provocateurs you want. They're going to put them in there. They did it in the civil rights movement. They do it in the Me Too movement. They do it in the women's movement. They do it every movement. You always got these little sellouts in there. But you know, it's okay. Because it never really goes well for the provocateurs in the end. So hopefully a lot of those choose to be double agents. Because if you are, unfortunately, standing in the wrong spot when all of that goes down, when all of this collapses, when all of this lie and cronyism comes to an end, that is not who you want to be, brother. That's all I'm saying. That is not who got the tar and feather ready to go. It probably ain't going to be tar nor feather. You look at what they did to, who was that? Gaddafi, when the psychopathic Democrats went in there, murdered a man trying to build up a sustainable currency for the continent of Africa. The Republicans didn't stop him. They went right along with him. But you see what they did to him? I can't show the video. They won't even let you show the video. Take it. I'm not even gonna say what they did to him. You watch it if you want to watch it. Just you don't want the natives to be restless. You don't ever want to build a world with starving people. You want to feed people. You want to take care of people. You want to look out for people. If you got some privilege and you got somewhere in life, you want to start taking care of your community. The lights go out in your country like somebody turned out YouTube's lights last night. I don't know who turned off YouTube's lights, but things go out. It's not a time to go steal from your neighbors. It's time to go knock on their doors and see if they're okay. Y'all okay? The lights went out. What happened? Meanwhile, it's probably World War III, because that's how World War III is going to start. You're not going to see it on InstaChat. You're not going to see it on YouTube and Facebook. World War III starts, you're just going to see the lights are going to go out. It's just going black. And right now, we are racing towards World War III because the natives are restless, the governments are all crony, and people are lining up to vote to keep this going. Kelly said he has an excellent analogy. I love analogies, brother. Drop it. Brenda says Chinese will drone us out of the way. Yeah, well, you know what? If World War III starts, if that's what we're talking about, Brenda, the Chinese, they're not going to stand by and watch it. I honestly, you know what I think? I think that America's being looted. I think the billionaires are using the Democrats and the Republicans to loot the country. And once it's done, they're going to collapse it. They're going to let the lights go out. Then, of course, China and Russia's not going to stand around. They're going to come here and take what they can. The Latin Americans running up, they're going to take what they can. Canada, who y'all friends with, they got the heaviest weapons, some of the nicest weapons in the world. They're going to take what they can. They're probably divided up. You know, like if you can get a country, if you can get a people so bent on self-destruction that keep voting for their own self-destruction, why wouldn't you destroy them? That's just stupid. Why wouldn't the billionaires divide up America with a knife if Americans are too stupid to realize what's going on? That's just the way survival of the fittest works. I know they think that these are their weapons. It's kind of funny to me. But America, we got the best weapons. They're not your weapons. They don't belong to you. You know, Crocodile Dundee said, belong to Mick. No, they don't belong to you. They belong to Raytheon. They belong to General Dynamics. They belong to BAE. They belong to people and international corporations and billionaires that don't even live in your country. They have residency there when they want to, but then they leave when they choose to. And do you think those weapons are going to stay in America for the protection of Americans? No. Those weapons don't belong to you. They belong to international conglomerates. Your military doesn't even belong to you. But keep voting. Keep voting for it. See what happens. That's why I laugh. I'm going to enjoy the end of the world because I'm not. And the world always ends. We are the first, probably the first generation with a massive network called the internet that we can actually start to talk about what's happened to all the ancient civilizations that have disappeared. We can start to talk about what the elite are doing in every country with all of our governments. America just got too big and too strong, too proud and too stupid. It's time to rape them, and that's what they're doing. That's my belief. But either way, could be wrong, doesn't really matter. Bottom line is, you could be right, I could be wrong. Governments can't have any secrets. Politicians shouldn't have any more secrets. Ish said on YouTube, I have a hard time living in opposite land. Young people are born into it, can't imagine what that must be like. Governments say one thing one week and turn out they lied. They do, Ish. It happens all the time. Every day. Look up what they lie about. They lied about that yesterday. But the elections come up and it's like, oh, we're going to keep voting for liars. Lying to me, voting for liars, thinking that it's not going to hurt me. You know, and it's insanity. It is a little insanity. That's why it's a little bit funny. Morning, brother Kevin. 5G as a deterrent technology. Yeah, and you can't slow 5G down. Ish, that's not going to happen. 5G is coming. Nobody can stop it. Our species must leave adolescence behind immediately and step into adulthood as if our very lives depend on it. Have no doubt our lives, as a matter of fact, do depend on it. Yes, Rebecca, they do. But we don't have a lot of adults in our country. We got a lot of adultish looking people. We got a lot of big kids in adultish costumes, but they're angry. That sounds a little harsh. But you got to stay calm to stay mature. You got that outrage and you can be quick to anger. You can be fooled easily. Can't have that outrage. You got to be patient. You got to stand back, pay attention. Look at the matrix. Look where it's going. Always be where they don't want you to be. Do what they don't want you to do. Know who is your friend and who is your enemy. And know who is your frenemy. Know somebody you see as an enemy, but you're on the same damn side because you got the same damn bigger enemy. Keep the frenemy a little further. Are the Zionists desperate to divert attention? Brenda, I think our attention's always being diverted. I think that distractions are everywhere. And they're just constantly keeping people running. Because I think when people stop and slow down and think about this, it actually makes a lot of sense. As long as you're running and you're scared, the next thing is coming out, and the next Kavanaugh, and Trump said something racist, and Khashoggi, and you're always running, jumping, ducking, and dodging, and somebody sleeping with the president, somebody had a hooker, and blah, 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 blah. Focused on things that just don't matter to a hill of beans. You're always being thrown around by the media. If you let the media throw your intellect around, it's not your intellect. It belongs to them. Don't be owned. Be your own free thinker. Whether you know what you think you know what's going on or you don't, think for yourself. What the F? A genocide, a slaughter, a factory farm extinction. Yep, Michelle, and I think that's the whole world. I think that they are reducing the population. Well, actually, I take that back. They're not reducing the population. They're letting the population reduce itself because we're that stupid. Being triggered is not always a bad thing. No, Rebecca, it's not. Being triggered actually is a good thing. That's why I say triggered lives matter. It's good to be triggered. You should be triggered because it allows you to feel something and to spit it out. And someone else should look at you got triggered on this and you spit this out and they should look and say, yep, that was a good thing to get triggered on. We got a problem to fix. or that was a stupid thing to get triggered on. It's insignificant in the grand scheme of things. We need to move on. And Khashoggi was one of those things. Triggered on Khashoggi because they killed him, but they kill people every single day in Yemen. We shouldn't be breaking up with Saudi. No. We shouldn't be breaking up with bin Laden. We need to be breaking up with Saudi, but they're switching the narrative. They're going to blame it on him. They're going to get another sellout king to put in for him. One that's okay with the famine, genocide. And so instead of focusing on the fact that they're killing people every day, you're focused on one guy. And that's how they play us. They keep playing us over and over and over. Okay, Assange can watch Joe Rogan's podcast now. Yeah, he can. Like Brother Joe. I don't always agree with him, but I like him. Grant was a murdering hack. Yes, he was. Well, they all are. The entire military are murdering hacks. The only thing I don't blame the military. I blame the leadership. I blame the people with the pens. That's why I say we don't need to put body cameras on the military or the police. We need to put body cameras on the people who tell them what to do, the people who write their laws, so you can see who's actually paying for the military to go be murdery hacks, who's paying, destroying the society that's got the police fighting with the citizens. If we actually focus on the root problems, we don't have any problem. But everybody, it's just more entertaining and dramatic to blame the police and blame the military instead of the people who actually write their orders. The people who write their orders, they get to be magnets on our refrigerators and bumper stickers on our cars. Sellout world. Fall in line, sheeple. Yes, Brother Paul, we are being farmed. And we're all being farmed. I'm being farmed. You know, I don't say that I'm not. I'm being farmed. I know I'm being farmed. My only thing is, as a cow, in my fencing, I see some fencing and I'm breaking out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's some fence. That's a fence. That race thing, that religion thing, that thing, the state thing, okay. All of these things that ways I'm being farmed and I'm breaking out of it. The Americanism, all of this stuff, the North Americanism, I'm breaking out of them. But there's so many layers. There's so many layers to being sheep. I just try to break out as many as I can. Slavery never ended. They expanded the plantation. Exactly, Brother Paul. That's why I say everybody's a slave. No, slavery didn't end. All this slavery began when human beings began, and it never came to an end. And if we're talking about America, the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th Amendment, all that did was said everybody could be a slave now. All that did is it says, you know, we're going to open up these floodgates. We're going to let everybody come on. It doesn't matter. We're done with the whole coloring people thing. We've already given you the complex. So for your next 20 generations are going to think they're black. Your next 20 generations will think they're white. But we're going to throw you all in prison. You're all slaves now. Eventually, we'll let you have bigger carts with air conditioning, play music, we'll let you have some dancing robots shaking their butt in front of your face. But you will do exactly what we tell you to do. And you'll raise your kids to do the same damn thing. And slaves don't know they're slaves. That's why I say be a captive. Difference between a slave mind and a captive mind. Slave mind buys it. They vote for it. They keep it going. They cheer it. They believe it. They don't question anything. They do exactly what Massa tell them to do. Especially if Massa the right color, right religion. Captive realized, oh no, you just got me. I know you got me. You physically got me. I don't buy none of this. I don't believe in it. I'm not going to support it. I want to shut it down anytime I get a chance. School does not teach people how to learn, just what to learn. Ooh, exactly. Because school is indoctrination, Jeannie. That's all it does. It teaches a captive how to be a slave. There's some data there too, but it's about teaching a child how to sit down, shut up, and do what they're told. That's why I don't believe in ADHD. I don't believe that exists. I think it's a kid. It's a kid. Your teaching is boring. Your teaching doesn't work. Your schools, the kid's brain has evolved beyond it. I think kids' brains are evolving. I think kids are moving forward with this thing. And they can't be distracted and bogged down sitting in a classroom learning how to be a corporate slave in somebody's office for the rest of their life. I think they want to go out. They want to be outside. They want to run around. They want to learn as many things as possible. They need various inputs. You got this single point of failure where you're trying to push one thing in their head and their bodies are rejecting it. And that's why I think that you got all these kids drugged up on Ritalin, because they're evolving beyond this. Your methods of learning are too slow and too boring and useless. It's not what we are. We're not slaves. I think that's all it is. They're turning the minds of captives into slaves. They're making them just like their parents to sell out and keep cheering billionaires while crying that billionaires exist. Given the root causes of our current plantation nation, what is the next step for sustainability? Well, Brother Kevin, I was talking about the other day with Brother Thor. Off-grid everything. Everything. You see the off-grid video, watch it. We went through all the details. When we say off-grid, we're not talking about farming. We're talking about off-grid. We're saying that the matrix doesn't work. Get off the matrix in every way possible. Your job, your family, what you teach your kids, your water, your electricity, where you live, your political parties, off-grid everything. If it's the billionaires grid, if it's the billionaires matrix, get out of it. Yeah, or even off-grid, the whole eat the rich thing. Like I said, don't eat the rich, they're nasty, they stink. Tastes like okra. You don't want to do that, don't want to do that. Off-grid everything. Stop supporting it, right? That's the first step. I'm not going to convince you I know what all the steps are. But then start looking at models that actually are different, right? We can't keep today. Today doesn't work. Crony world doesn't work. You know, start talking to people who are different from you. I say it all the time because you're always played against each other. They convince you to hate another poor person who's oppressed by the same system. Off-grid your bigotry. Don't be a bigot. You don't have to be these cultures and ethnicities and all of these. They're just farming fences. That's all they are. Same reason they gave them to you, and they pick a time stamp back in history that you're supposed to be proud of. Meanwhile, you go all the way back, you're related to everybody, you're cousins of everybody. I think those are the first kind of steps. But I'm not gonna say I have a program to fix it all. Any solutions we roll out, they have to be universal. They gotta work for everybody. If they don't work for everybody, it's not a solution. It's just some bull that you put together that's based in your bigotry to help the people that you wanna help. That's how we got here, was bigotry. How we stay here? Bigotry. Let it go. You don't have to be a birth bigot. You can be a free-thinking person of the universe. Be a person of the universe. Don't let people tell you what to think. Don't let people tell you where to be, where to stand. Stand by yourself. Be independent. Be an adult. Adults don't need leaders. Adults just need people to help organize all the other adults to keep everything moving forward. Stop going backwards. You can't go forward with backward thinking. You can't go into the future thinking the same way you did in the past. If how you voted got us here, why do you keep doing that? If your form of thinking got us here, where the whole world is in decay and collapse, why would you keep doing that? That's the definition of insanity. So, Brother Kevin, I answer the question and say the first thing we got to start doing is stop being insane. Stop pushing insanity on other people. Stop requiring insanity in your children. Start to question things and question them in the public. Talk out loud. Talk to people about it. I talk to people all day long about this stuff. When we start talking, there's nothing more powerful than thought. Get your thoughts out there. That's how we solve problems, with thoughts. Deficit. Don't eat okra. Don't eat okra. It'll make you poop. But elite burgers are so exclusive and expensive that only the elite can afford them. Well, that's everything, Frag. It's not for them, it's for us. It's like the okra thugs are coming. That's why I got to get out of here. Voters don't understand the scope of the problem yet, Gerardian. Yeah, they don't. They don't, Rebecca. I'm not even sure I even understand the scope of the problem. I still don't even know what I'm going to do. I keep voting every day. And we'll see where that gets us. But you know what? The only way voters get to understand the scope of the argument is if they talk to you. And then it's not just the internet. You got to go talk to people in other places. You have your family, your friends, start up discussions, people you meet. Just speak to people. I talk to everybody I meet. Everybody I meet. When I'm out walking around, I'm doing something, I just start conversations. Because that's how you get to know people. And that's how you get smarter, is when you talk to people. We're all one big family. and I changed my picture. And no, that's not the one. We're all one big family. And no one of us has been invited to that pool right there. Just keep that in mind. I gotta go. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day. This is Gerard. I'm out.